Welcome to Zelenga Media, where stories come alive and legends are re-examined. Today, we invite you to look beyond the legend of Bruce Lee to see the man behind the myth and the journey that shaped him. We all know the lightning-fast kicks, the iconic yellow jumpsuit, and the unforgettable battle cries that made him a global icon. But behind the myth was a man, driven, vulnerable, and fiercely determined to push the boundaries of what was possible. Bruce Lee was more than an actor. He was a philosopher, a teacher, a husband, and a father, constantly seeking to learn and grow. His journey was about breaking barriers, not just boards, challenging stereotypes and opening doors for generations to come. From the bustling streets of Hong Kong to the heart of Hollywood, he challenged conventions and redefined what a hero could be, inspiring millions worldwide. We'll explore the lesser-known chapters of his life, the struggles, the setbacks, and the relentless pursuit of self-mastery that defined his character. Discover the secret training regimens that pushed his body and mind to their limits, the devastating injury that nearly ended his career, and the resilience that brought him back stronger than ever, and the philosophy that shaped his every move, blending Eastern wisdom with Western innovation. This isn't just a biography, it's a look at the human spirit through the eyes of Bruce Lee, a man who refused to be defined by limits. Settle in as we peel back the layers of the myth and reveal the real story behind the legend. We'll uncover how he turned pain into creativity, isolation into innovation, and adversity into opportunity. We'll see a mind as sharp as his fists, always searching for new ways to express himself and inspire others. And a story that deserves to be told, not just for martial arts fans, but for anyone who believes in the power of perseverance. This is Bruce Lee, Beyond the Legend, a journey into the heart and mind of a true original. Bruce Lee was born in San Francisco, a city alive with the hopes and dreams of immigrants from across the world. His arrival in 1940 marked the beginning of a journey that would eventually change the face of martial arts forever. But Bruce's childhood unfolded thousands of miles away, in the vibrant, chaotic streets of Hong Kong. The city pulsed with energy, its narrow alleys and bustling markets shaping his earliest memories. As a child actor and the son of a celebrated Cantonese opera star, Bruce was constantly surrounded by creativity and performance. Yet, he was restless, spirited, and often found himself in trouble, both on and off the set. Street fights were a harsh reality, and survival demanded more than just quick reflexes. Seeking discipline, Bruce began training in Wing Chun under the legendary Grandmaster IP Man, immersing himself in the world of martial arts. Martial arts gave him structure, focus, and a sense of purpose. Still, his fighting spirit and curiosity about the world remained undimmed, pushing him to seek more than tradition could offer. After too many street brawls and mounting concerns for his safety, his parents made a difficult decision. At 18, Bruce was sent to America with just $100 in his pocket and a heart full of ambition. In Seattle, he started from scratch, working long hours at menial jobs, washing dishes, cleaning tables, and doing whatever it took to survive in a new land. Yet, Bruce was determined to grow. He enrolled at the University of Washington, where he studied philosophy, psychology, and drama, expanding his mind as well as his body. These studies deeply influenced his thinking, shaping a unique approach to martial arts and to life itself, one that blended Eastern wisdom with Western ideas. He began teaching Junfan Gung Fu to anyone willing to learn, breaking down racial barriers and welcoming students from all backgrounds, something almost unheard of at the time. Bruce became a living bridge between East and West, constantly questioning, adapting, and evolving the traditions he'd inherited, always searching for a better way. His move to America sparked a profound transformation, from street fighter to philosopher, from performer to innovator. He was no longer just reacting to the world, he was shaping it. In every class he taught, and every idea he explored, Bruce was laying the groundwork for a revolution in martial arts that would echo for generations. The seeds of the dragon were planted in new soil, ready to take root and flourish in unexpected ways. Bruce Lee stood on the threshold of greatness, prepared to grow and transform in ways no one could have imagined. In Hollywood, Bruce Lee's charisma and skill were undeniable. He radiated a unique energy, blending physical mastery with a magnetic screen presence that set him apart from anyone else in the industry. As Kato in The Green Hornet, he stole every scene, dazzling audiences with his speed and precision. Yet, despite his talent, Hollywood kept him on the sidelines, never allowing him to step fully into the spotlight. Asian actors were typecast, rarely given complex roles, and almost never seen as heroes. Stereotypes and prejudice shaped casting decisions, limiting opportunities for genuine representation. Lee pitched bold ideas, including a groundbreaking series about a Shaolin monk in the American West. He poured his creativity and passion into these meetings, but studios refused to cast him as the lead, doubting audiences would accept an Asian star. The show Kung Fu was made from his concept, but a white actor got the role. Lee watched as his vision was realized, without him. Frustrated and disillusioned, Lee returned to Hong Kong, where he became a superstar almost overnight with The Big Boss and Fist of Fury. His films electrified audiences and made him a household name. He was no longer a sidekick, he was a symbol of pride and resistance, inspiring millions who saw themselves reflected in his strength and determination. His films shattered box office records and forced Hollywood to take notice, proving that audiences everywhere were eager for a new kind of hero. Warner Brothers offered him Enter the Dragon, a groundbreaking co-production that would change the industry forever. Lee wasn't just the star. He choreographed every fight, shaped the film's philosophy, and brought his vision to life on a global stage. He smashed Hollywood's barriers, proving the world was ready for an Asian hero and opening doors for future generations. Audiences everywhere were hungry for what he brought: authenticity, power, and a new vision of heroism. Bruce Lee redefined what a leading man could be, breaking molds and inspiring countless others to dream bigger. He turned rejection into revolution. The dragon had arrived, and the world would never be the same. Bruce Lee's physique wasn't just genetics, it was relentless experimentation. He treated his body like a laboratory, tracking every workout and meal. Lee pioneered modern fitness, blending weight training, cardio, and martial arts. He built custom equipment and mastered the physics behind his famous one-inch punch. But his greatest weapon was his mind. With a library of over 2,000 books, he studied philosophy, psychology, and fighting styles worldwide. He absorbed what was useful, discarded the rest, and created something uniquely his own. In 1970, a back injury nearly ended his career. Confined to bed, he turned to writing and deep reflection, laying the foundation for Jeet Kune Do. He transformed pain into strength, emerging stronger in body and mind. Lee learned that true power comes from adaptability and growth. His journey was about more than muscle. It was about mastering the self. Bruce Lee's strength was forged in both struggle and stillness. He became a legend by refusing to be broken. Before Bruce Lee, martial arts were rigid and bound by tradition. He saw this as limiting, a classical mess. Lee believed real combat demanded adaptability, not blind adherence to style. This led to Jeet Kune Do, not a style, but a philosophy of simplicity, directness, and freedom. He urged fighters to study everything, take what worked, and discard the rest. Traditionalists called him a heretic, but Lee wanted to liberate, not destroy tradition. His famous metaphor, "Be water, my friend, adaptable, formless, unstoppable." Jeet Kune Do was about meeting any challenge with the most effective response. Lee's ideas revolutionized martial arts, laying the groundwork for modern mixed martial arts. He showed that cross-training made a fighter truly formidable. Bruce Lee broke down barriers between styles, forcing everyone to rethink their methods. His influence reshaped combat sports and self-defense forever. The conversation he started still echoes today. Bruce Lee made martial arts a revolution in motion. Bruce Lee's life was brief. He died at 32, just before Enter the Dragon's release. His sudden death shocked the world, but his impact was already immense. Lee inspired millions to take up martial arts, making it mainstream and cool. Dojos opened worldwide, and he became a new kind of hero. Strong, smart, and proud of his heritage. For minorities everywhere, he was a symbol of representation and empowerment. His philosophy of self-actualization and breaking limits resonates far beyond martial arts. Lee's quotes, "Be water, absorb what is useful," are shared daily. He taught that the real opponent is our own limitations. His influence is seen in action movies, MMA, and motivational speeches. Bruce Lee was a once-in-a-generation force who bridged East and West. His legacy is timeless, a symbol of human potential. The Little Dragon's roar still inspires the world. Bruce Lee lives on in every person who dares to break barriers. Bruce Lee's story reminds us that every legend is built on struggle and perseverance. At Xalinga Media, we uncover the human stories behind the myths. If you found Bruce Lee's journey inspiring, there's so much more to explore. We bring you deep dives into the lives of history's most influential figures. Join our community of curious minds. Subscribe to Zelenga Media. Stay tuned for more stories that entertain, inform, and inspire. Click subscribe and never miss a saga that matters. Thank you for watching.